Hello, my name is Denise Frakes. I am a home coach and a life coach. Today I'm going to be talking about residue free cleaning, specifically concerning the COVID virus, on how to do this safely and effectively. I just got off a webinar where I was one of the presenters, and all it was national speakers on the COVID and what we know about it. So while everything is still fresh in my mind, I wanted to finish up and get a good video out there for you all, because I want to make sure you know how to take care of this effectively through cleaning. We have some really, really great news concerning this virus as far as how to deactivate it. Soap and water. So one of the nice things about this virus is it's highly, highly contagious out in the air, but as far as once it gets on the surfaces, how we can deactivate it, kill it, and remove it, it's actually fairly easy. It's not a really tough virus as far as viruses goes on removal or deactivating. So this is really good news. Soap and water is our best friend. This is really excellent because soap and water is actually doing such a good job about deactivating. That's why this washing our hands with soap and water is so effective. And I'm going to show you how to actually take the science of soap and water, which is really residue-free cleaning. You all know I've been speaking about this for 29 years. This is exactly how residue-free cleaning works. It's the process of removing, and in some cases, like this with this virus, deactivating the virus. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a couple of things. I'm going to be showing you an easy process system to use in your own home with easy products that you already have. You don't have to go buy extra things to do an effective job of cleaning. I'm also going to be showing you how to prep your surfaces if you are going to be using disinfectants, how to prep them, because cleaning, putting a disinfectant on a clean surface is essential. Otherwise, they're not going to work. What happens is there's too much on a surface for a disinfectant to work. If you think about hydrogen peroxide when you were a kid and you maybe cut your leg and you had a bunch of dirt in there, and before you put the hydrogen peroxide, they cleaned out the wound, because when there's too many impurities, the disinfectants don't work. That's the exact same thing we're working with, whether you're using the wipes or the sprays or the bleaches. It doesn't really matter. Your disinfectants are going to be much more effective by having it with a clean surface. That said, we're also finding that there's some very safe disinfectants we can be using when necessary, and hydrogen peroxide is one of them. So we can do a lot of things right now where we don't have to have the toxic exposure to our kids and our families and our adults while we're in the process of this pandemic. We have some solid science that is still very safe and healthy to be able to take care of it. So here I go. I'm going to show you this simple system. So it is no different, this residue-free cleaning is no different than what we've been being taught with washing our hands. So with washing our hands, what do we got? We got soap, we got hot water, we got agitation, and we have 20 seconds. That's the basics. What we're doing in that process is the beginning. It's the washing stage of cleaning. It is disconnecting the soap and the germs and everything from our skin, the viruses, everything. We want to disengage it from our skin. We're breaking the surface tension. We're unbinding it from us, getting out of the cricks and crevices, and we get it so it's all foamed up in our hands. That is the washing stage of taking care of this virus and hand washing. But there's two more parts to this, and this is critical, because cleaning is not the application of a chemical. It is not intended to kill things. Cleaning is the science of gathering up and removing. So once we have our hands all soaped up, then we have a rinsing step and a drying step. If we're washing our hands, we run it through hot water, still agitating to keep breaking that soap away from our hands, and then we dry our hands, which is another form of agitation, to take it off our skin, off our hands, and into towels. Okay, so that's a whole process. We can do this exact same thing throughout our whole home. So today I'm working with a couple different products. The first product I'm going to show you is just basic dishwashing liquid. This and hand soaps, these are fantastic cleaners. We don't have to make up special recipes. We don't have to buy special ingredients. These two cleaners are some of your very most powerful cleaners you have. If you think about it, when we have an oil spill and we have to take care of our wildlife that gets the oil slicks on them, what do we go to? We go to dishwashing liquid to safely remove the oil slick from the animals and not damage the animal. And I'm not selling a specific product here, but what I am saying is this type of cleaner is an incredible degreaser. And this virus has an external layer of a lipid, which will break down with a degreaser, and that deactivates the virus. So by using soap and water, you are deactivating the virus, which is a huge bonus in this because that makes this whole process even better. The other thing we're going to be doing is using hot water, because if you're washing dishes and you have a pan with greasy soap in it or greasy grease in it, and you need to clean that off, you're not going to be doing it with cold water, right? You're going to be using hot water. The hotter the better, because hot water will activate your cleaners and make your cleaners even more powerful. So we want the hot water. The other thing we're going to add is we're going to add either a cotton towel or microfibers. The preferred choice would be using with microfibers because they have such an incredible technology of both breaking the surface tension and removal. We want this higher technology. A lot of the claim to fame about microfibers is when they're used effectively, they will remove 99% of what's on a surface. That's what we want. We want as much removal as we can. If you don't have microfibers or you only have one microfiber, it's okay. You can use a good cotton towel. You want all of these fabrics, whether they're microfiber or cotton, to be highly absorbent and good quality. You also want to make sure they are very clean and free of residue. So with microfibers specifically and cotton towels, you don't want to use dryer sheets or fabric softeners because those products put a coating, a layer on the outside. They put a residue in them and they're not going to be as effective. We need these to be high quality, fairly new. You don't want like 5, even 2-year-old microfibers for something this important, to make sure we're doing an effective job cleaning. Okay, so it's really simple here. We're going to be washing and rinsing and drying. That's all we're going to be doing. So this is just my washcloth. This is a microfiber, and I'm going to show you right here how to do an effective job of cleaning. So in my sink here, I have just a sink full of hot soapy water, dishwashing liquid, and hot water. I'm going to take my washcloth here and I'm going to put it flat on the table. I usually clean with my microfibers or any towels with folded into fourths because that gives me 8 cleaning sides. I also keep my towel flat because I want to have full contact to the surface. You don't want to wrinkle it up and you don't want to clean in a circular pattern. When you clean, you want to clean in a grid. You want to go up and down, side to side. You want to be moving in a pattern to make sure you're covering the whole surface. So in cleaning in general, we follow in patterns. Grids up and down, side to side. We go right to left in a room, top to bottom. That's how we clean it. That's the way we make sure we're not missing anything. So I clean this up and down, side to side, and then I have a countertop that now has soap on it. I have probably dead viruses. I may have some bacteria. I may have dirt. Who knows what I have here? It doesn't really matter. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to let this dry. I want to make sure I go on and do another step of rinsing and removal. So the next step is taking a microfiber, and this is wet, or a cotton towel, but you want them wet. Same thing, flat, and you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to do a nice rinsing step. So what am I doing? I'm doing a removal step. Now I have a countertop that is wet. So I don't leave countertops wet either. You always want to dry anything that you get wet, because if it's wet, there's most likely, if dust or dirt lands on it, it's going to stick. And we don't want things to stick. We want this to be completely residue free. So then I'm going to go ahead and do a drying step. So now I have a surface that is residue free. You're going to love this system of residue free because it's going to be beyond the virus taking care of that. This system is the way to clean. Your house is going to be cleaner, easier. I mean, the benefits are huge, but right now we're focused on being safe. So this is a solid way to clean. It is very effective, and it was great being part of that webinar and just seeing it reinforced and reinforced and reinforced about soap and water removal using safe things, keeping chemicals out of the air. I mean, it was just really great to see how easily deactivated that virus can be with just soap and water. and this removal system. So I knew it, but it was even better to see all these experts back and back and back just supporting this whole system. So thank heavens. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to take this same system and turn it into a portable system. So what I have here is a spray bottle. I have filled it up with hot water, and then I've added dishwashing liquid. I've added about a half a teaspoon of hot or dishwashing liquid to this. Then what I do is I mix it up because I want to make sure it's fully blended in here. And then I'm going to have another towel. This is another microfiber. Again, you could use cotton or microfiber. Microfiber is your preferred way of actually removing as much residue as possible. I'm going to spray this directly into the microfiber. Now, a lot of times you may have heard me speak about microfibers where you don't use soap with microfibers, just water and the microfiber. And that is still a very legitimate way to use microfibers, especially on non-high contact areas, you know, windows and mirrors and all that. But at this moment, because we have this highly contagious contagious virus out there, we're going to go ahead and add this soap element in there because we know it deactivates it. So yes, we're going to add it. So instead of just water and microfibers, we're going to go soap microfiber rinsing, okay? So it's going to be a combination of it because we want to take this cleaning to a high level. It's never been more important in our lives, partly because we need to make sure we're safe from the microfiber or from the viruses, but we also need to make sure that we are not giving ourselves so much chemical exposure. We're going to have these other things that are going to happen because a lot of those disinfectants are dangerous to our respiratory health or hormonal health. We don't need to be there. And the thing is, they're not necessary. Basic cleaning. Okay, so I have a towel with soap on it. I'm going to go now pay attention to my high contact areas. So I could take this system, the wet towel and the dry towel, and I can take it out to my car, my steering wheels, my door handles and hatches, my control panels. Anything I would touch in my car is a high touch point, meaning I touched a lot. I'm also going to focus in my house of high touch points, which would be like if you're looking for the germiest place in the house, a lot of times our coffee pot or our hot pots are some of the germiest. Some of the other places would be door handles, door knobs, countertops, sinks, desks, our cell phones, our remote controls. You know, you just think about the things we're touching all the time. We want to start paying attention. What do we touch all the time? Where do you see handprints and stuff? You know, the front of your appliances, your microwave, the control panels, all those, anything you're touching, like these doorknobs. Those are all things we touch. That's where we want to focus this next section of high touch points, making sure we're cleaning them, removing as much residue as possible. So again, it's just going to be soap and water. And I'm also got the added bonus of this microfiber to break surface tension, right? And then I'm going to rinse it. And I'm going to dry it. So it's fairly simple, and you're going to be amazed at how clean everything in your house is when you just follow that. I was trying to think of what would be an easier way to, you know, make it so we don't have too many components. Another option would be just to get like a nice hand towel. Again, this is a microfiber. I would get half of this wet and keep half of it dry, and then I would have a soapy towel to go around. And then as I'm going around, I could just have one towel, rinse and dry, and just keep moving through my house and get as much of the dirts and the grimes out. Also, I want to point out when I did spray this into this microfiber, I did not spray anything over my head. I am very careful to contain my chemicals and keep them below my head. So if you are using any kind of spray disinfectants or cleaners, I want you to be very, very careful not to spray them in the air, especially aerosol disinfectants and air fresheners. Please keep those out of the air. We don't want to breathe them. They are very harmful for our lungs and for our systems. So please keep those chemicals out of the air. And also, when you're done cleaning today, I want you to go ahead and wash your hands, and I want you to just run these through hot soapy water and then rinse them out and hang them. So that way, if there's any viruses in these microfibers or towels, we're going to go ahead and deactivate those and remove those from our towels as well. So does that help? Right? It's not complicated, but it is a science. It's the science of washing with time, heat, chemical, and agitation. So the chemical is going to be dishwashing liquid or hand soap, super easy. The temperature is going to be hot. The agitation is going to be elbow grease, and then if you can use microfibers or at least a really absorbent cotton towel. And then the other one is how long, and so it's a process of cleaning. And then after you have got everything disengaged or dislodged from the surface of your hands, then you do a rinsing step and then a drying stop, because the method of, or the definition of cleaning is the removal of what doesn't belong. It is not adding chemical, it is actually breaking it away and removing. That is what cleaning is, and it's incredibly effective right now. So everybody be safe. My name again is Denise Frakes. My webpage is denisefrakes.com. I'm going to be posting this video on either my YouTube channel and my website so you can access this. I ask that you share this information. This is critical information that we know there are safe ways to take care of our home and be safe at the same time and keep our home clean and not waste a lot of money. So you don't have to have a ton of products. You just need to know how to use them effectively. So I thank you all. I send good thoughts your way. Everybody stay safe. Keep washing our hands. Keep giving ourselves social distance. Welcome to my kitchen. And I will talk to you soon. Oh, and if you have questions, I am here for you. Thanks.